Oh, come on. Good boy. Lay down. Hey everyone, welcome to After Another Adventure. Got Everest here. He's gonna be my co-host. But today we're doing a review on the ESP 1910 Rockwood. It's been a year since I've done my other review, and we've probably put 7,500 miles on the camper. We've been out to multiple places throughout the states. Our last big run was 10 days, and we went out to Lincoln National Forest in New Mexico and did some overlanding out there with the SP hooked to the Forerunner. And we went on some mountain trails, and this unit held up well. There are only a couple minor issues from the roads. One road that we took, 501, it was river wash rock throughout most of it. It was 60 miles and it took 9 hours, so it was pretty rough, and I'll put some video of that in there. And we were up on the Sitting Bull Falls. We're up on Sitting Bull Falls. It's a plateau about 7 miles from the falls itself. We're dispersed camping out there, and we're about 4,700 feet. Beautiful, beautiful view. Couldn't ask for anything better. It was hot. We brought our Champion generator with us for the air conditioning, and it worked well. But back to the high elevation. They had some winds. It was nice and pleasant. It cooled us off since it was very hot. I think it was 105 degrees. Low humidity, probably about 7%. So it was bearable. Not like Kentucky. And throughout the night, the wind picked up, stopped. I got to do some night photography with the Milky Way, which was fabulous. The wind stopped about 1 o'clock. Allowed me to get out there without any wind movement on the camera, since I'm using long exposure. After that, I got in and the wind started picking back up, and it continued. Probably about 50 mile an hour gust, consistent gust. And about 3 a.m. we decided to put it down before it blew it apart. Probably would have blew us over if we weren't attached to the Forerunner. While we're doing that, the end of the line is in a track. It's a like a closed-in horseshoe where you can slide in and out. I'll show you the video here. But that's where the track slides in and out. It blew it right out of there. The awning and canvas was blowing all over. Trying to put this down was a pain with the wind. Even bent one of the support brackets that you install. It was easy to bend it back, but that's the nature of the beast. So we slept in the vehicle the rest till about 5:36. Not comfortable sleeping in there in the seats. And then we went down the mountain, and we had breakfast and cleaned up. The issues that we had during that trip was on the drawers, silverware drawers. On these drawers right here. With the road, that there's straps in the back that hold these up so that you can slide them in and out. It's not fixed buy wood or anything. They're just little plastic flimsy straps that are stapled up in there. Well, those broke, so the drawers were bent downward. You could still open them, close them on the rollers, but they were just all bent down. So I took all those out and I replaced the straps with the actual support piece of wood that was cut to length, and now they're pretty well sturdy now. Shouldn't happen again. And I screwed them up in there. Also took out the toilet so that we'd have more space, and took that bench off because nobody's going to sit there, and that's where our generator goes if we take it with. If not, we use it as storage. We've also replaced the mattress pads with bed story. It's the memory foam. It's quite comfy. We haven't used them yet because I just put them in. So I'll give you an update on that, on how well these are compared to the OEM original equipment mattresses. Now this one is a little bit short, but that's okay. Short right there, probably about 4 or 5 inches. That's a queen that fits perfect. We also purchased some reflective colors that go over the bed, and they have bungee strings that you clip them all together. It's a pain in the butt putting up, trying to get it over because it slides off, but eventually we got it all on. And I used one in when I went to Virginia, and I purchased it at Home Depot, and it was like $20 for $40 for 2. The ones I've got are high wind. You see the design right here. The ones I received are for high wind. This company, Pop-Up Gizmos, out of Texas. I purchased 2 of them, and there was $189. They're a super high wind 2 cover set. The little bungee strings are a pain in the butt, but they work. I haven't tested them yet. The one I did test out in Virginia worked well. Helped keep the sun off. And what other people do is put reflective covers in the windows inside and then zip them up to help cool it off, because the air conditioner, it keeps it cool, but not, probably about 10-15 degrees different. So if it was 100 degrees, it might be 85, 80 in here. It's not going to make it chilly willy. There's no insulation throughout the walls, and the sun's just heating this canvas up. So an additional fan will help. And I picked up a DeWalt 20 volt fan that helps blow around the air. I installed a 100 watt solar panel up on top by Renogy. Also installed the Go Power control unit and rearranged the control panel so it was more accessible. And I have two 240 watt solar panel by Zamp that is portable, that I can also hook up to the pop-up. And I have 2 AGM batteries that are 110 watts, 880 cranking amps. We can run all the lights, fans, and charge any laptops or phones, and watch a movie without any issues of relying on shore power. Just go off solar. Okay, another thing I installed was this latch. To hold the door open. We're always using this tape. So, just installed that the other day. Did some painting on the storage doors. You guys peeing on the tires again. The tires hold up well. Like I said, we have about 7,000 miles on here, and the tread wear is excellent. And the canvas is very strong, very good. Now this is the track I was referring to, and that's how it pulled out. Got to buy a new track. A little screw in here that just held this plastic piece in, and it didn't go all the way through. Just held that in there, but that's what ripped all the way out. And it was flapping in the wind. All right, another issue that we had was the manual jack for this. It stopped working, so I picked up a electric. Works well, has a light on it, and if it stops working, you can use it manually also. But the issue was that this is supposed to face this way, with the bolts, 3 attachment bolts lining up, with the 3 bolts attaching. I had to turn it sideways so I could lift up my gate, rear hatch gate on the 4Runner, because otherwise it would hit this. So I had to turn it sideways, and I ended up drilling out an extra hole so that that would line up, and it's very secure. Another issue I had was the plastic cover that comes with this. Going down the interstate, it gets really bad draft up here, and it always wants it to creep up. Well, it creeped up and flew off onto the highway, so I bought the plastic ones. These are for 20 gallon. You can buy the 20-30 gallon, but it sits so high that it'll hit the bed when you pull it out. So I had to reorder and get the 20 gallon. I ordered the 20-30 gallon, and it was just too high. I got to take that back, but just another expense. And my 2 AGM batteries. Another painted door I did. We haven't used the refrigerator, we just use it for storage. I have an Arctic cooler and a Coleman, and it works well. But this is held up well. Another thing that broke was the electrical cover. Went to open it and it just cracked right off. So got to get another cover for this. The cons about this is if you're traveling cross country like we love to do, it can be time consuming, setting up, taking down, especially if you've had a long day, a 13-hour day, and you got to set up and it's hot. We've got it down to where we can put everything up in about 25 minutes. That's the table, the coolers, everything. And takedown's about the same now. we're proficient. I do the outside, Jane does the inside, and we're done. We rarely, like I said, we rarely stay at one site. I did it in Virginia because I wanted to spend time hiking. I knew I'd be hiking a lot. We did 22 miles and 22.5 miles in 2 days, so in high elevation. So it was cool though, and just came back to the camp. The motor that raises and lowers the unit itself is very loud, and if you want to leave early in the morning, lowering this can be annoying for the other campers, I'm sure. I wish they would come up with a better motor. I don't know if there is one that's quieter. I'm not going to hand crank it and spend a half hour waiting for this to come down. I usually hit the road about 7:30. That's probably the biggest con. Pros is that this is small, it's light, it's very easy to tow, and I like going four-wheeling out on forest roads where you can do overlanding. We spend a lot of time in national forest, national parks, states, and national recreation areas like Land Between the Lakes, where it's muddy, four-wheelers go all the time, and they don't expect to see this, but it's there. And here's a video to that. But it's been really enjoyable. Another thing is, somebody mentioned to me, made a comment about the fresh water tank. We got a 20-gallon fresh water tank on here, and he said he was only able to put 15 gallons in there. I have not tested that theory yet. When I get some time, I will. And if there is a difference in that, I'll definitely post that. But like I said, I'd buy this again, definitely. It's really a good unit. I have no complaints, drastic complaints about it. You know, minor hiccups, stuff like that. But redesigning, thinking about where the storage is. Thinking about where the storage is on this is taking out the speaker, making cabinet doors with slides so I can get stuff in and out without taking the cushions, taking the boards up. But that's just in a thinking plan stage right now. So if you're in the market for a pop-up and you're deciding what to get, this is a good unit. It's worth the money. They have 3 different designs of this unit. You can get one with a slide out. I didn't want the extra weight. This works for us. It's usually just my wife and our dogs, so it works good. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content, and share it if you know anybody else who's in the market for a pop-up. But till then, happy trails.